The United States once stood as the dream destination, the crown jewel of global travel. People from every corner of the world came to experience the magic of Times Square, the grandeur of the Grand Canyon, and the freedom symbolized by the Statue of Liberty. But something has changed. Beneath the surface of iconic landmarks and smiling welcome signs, a quiet collapse is unfolding. From immigration chokeholds to rising costs, broken systems, and political turmoil, America's tourism industry is being pushed to the brink. And this isn't just bad news for vacationers. This is a crisis that threatens jobs, communities, and the global image of the U.S. So what happened? Why is the world's most visited country becoming the world's most avoided? Today, we're diving deep into the 15 most shocking changes transforming American tourism in 2025, a transformation that could define a generation and reshape global travel forever. Buckle up, because this story is not just about missed vacations. It's about a nation closing its doors while the world moves on. 1. The new visa wall, legal entry now a labyrinth. Once upon a time, getting a U.S. visa was a long process, but it was doable. Not anymore. In 2025, visa restrictions have reached an all-time high. Applicants from Asia, Africa, and even Eastern Europe face background checks that dig through years of social media, work history, and family ties. Rejections are common, even for those who met all requirements. The numbers? Visa approval rates have dropped by over 38% compared to pre-2020 levels. And it's not just tourists, students, medical professionals, and business travelers are all being caught in the net. The message? Unless you're rich or politically connected, you might not be welcome. 2. From open arms to travel bans 2.0. The original travel bans that sparked global outrage have evolved. While some bans were lifted in past years, new ones have emerged, cloaked in security concerns. In 2025, multiple countries in the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Central America face tightened restrictions. Entire families are being blocked from visiting loved ones in the U.S. The supposed reason? National security. But critics call it political theater, xenophobia packaged as protection. And the damage? It's global. Countries once aligned with the U.S. are now strengthening ties elsewhere, especially with Europe and Asia. 3. The silent collapse of study abroad. Universities across America are losing international students at an alarming rate. In 2016, nearly 1.1 million international students studied in the U.S. Today, that number has plummeted to just over 600,000. Why? Visa delays. Political tension. Rising anti-immigrant sentiment. Countries like Canada, Germany, and even the Philippines are now seen as safer, friendlier alternatives. And let's not forget, international students contribute over $30 billion annually to the U.S. economy. That's not just classroom diversity. It's tuition, housing, food, transportation, and innovation gone. For skyrocketing entry fees, national parks no longer for the people. Yellowstone, Yosemite, the Grand Canyon. These are not just tourist spots, they're American icons. But now, many parks have doubled or even tripled entry prices. A week-long family pass? What used to cost $35 now costs up to $90. Campgrounds charge resort-level prices, and parking is extra if you can even get a reservation. For working-class families, these price hikes mean nature is no longer accessible. The land of the free is now the land of the pay-to-play. 5. The vanishing J1 and work travel programs. Summer resorts, restaurants, and amusement parks once thrived on cultural exchange workers through the J-1 visa program. In 2025, that program has all but collapsed. Why? Budget cuts, bureaucratic red tape, and political hostility toward temporary workers. The result? Thousands of positions remain unfilled. Small towns that once relied on seasonal tourism are now ghost towns in peak season. 6. Brand USA is broke. America no longer markets itself. You've probably seen glossy ads promoting travel to Spain, Thailand, or Australia. But where's America? Under recent cuts, Brand USA, the nation's tourism marketing agency, has been gutted. With zero global campaigns and limited outreach, America simply doesn't sell itself anymore. The competition? Canada just launched a $250 million global campaign. Even Rwanda has a bigger tourism budget than the US. Let that sink in. 7. Border cities in crisis, wall of dollars lost. El Paso, Laredo, San Diego. These border towns once thrived on Mexican shoppers and tourists. They brought in billions annually buying goods, booking hotels, fueling restaurants. Now, closed lanes, longer wait times, and aggressive border policing have scared many away. In 2025, retail revenue in some border towns dropped by 35%. Empty storefronts and shuttered hotels are becoming the norm. 8. The rise of VIP tourism, travel for the wealthy only. Want to visit Yellowstone without crowds? There's a luxury package for $5,000. Need a Statue of Liberty photo without tourists? Private helicopter tours can arrange that. In America's new travel model, privilege buys access. From Disney World's Lightning Lane prices to private museum openings, tourism is now tailored for the elite. Everyone else? Stuck behind velvet ropes or outside the gates entirely. 9. Airbnb under siege, killing budget travel. New regulations in 2025 have clamped down on short-term rentals. Homeowners now face mountains of paperwork, high taxes, and neighborhood restrictions. The result? Fewer options for affordable stays, especially in tourist cities like Miami, Chicago, and Seattle. For backpackers and budget families, this means fewer travel dreams, more canceled plans. 10. Convention exodus, conferences abandon the U.S. Las Vegas, Orlando, San Francisco. These cities used to host some of the world's biggest conventions. But now, international attendance is down, and so are the events. Visa barriers, political instability, and a global perception of American hostility are sending conferences to cities like Berlin, Tokyo, and even Dubai. That means fewer jobs, lost hotel bookings, and less business for local restaurants and services. 11. Airline anxiety, U.S. entry is a nightmare. Flying into the U.S. used to be exciting. Now it's an ordeal. Unpredictable TSA policies, confusing documentation checks, and increased scrutiny of foreign carriers have made American airports the least favorite entry point globally. In fact, a recent traveler poll ranked JFK and LAX among the worst international arrival experiences in the developed world. People aren't just avoiding the U.S., they're actively rerouting around it. 12. Cruise lines set sail away from America. Cruise tourism once pumped billions into cities like Miami, New Orleans, and Los Angeles. Now, new environmental laws, port taxes, and docking restrictions have led many lines to skip American ports entirely. Cruises from Europe or Asia now choose Mexico, the Bahamas, or even Colombia over U.S. destinations. The irony? These are often cleaner and more affordable ports, two things America used to boast about. 13. The Forgotten Towns, Tourism Boards Defunded. Small towns rely on festivals, museums, and seasonal attractions to draw in visitors. But with federal grants slashed and local tourism boards underfunded, many events have disappeared. Whether it's jazz festivals in Mississippi or history tours in Pennsylvania, the cultural fabric of America's heartland is unraveling. Tourism once preserved these places. Now, it's vanishing, and so are the towns. 14. Cost of everything. America has become too expensive. From hotel stays to burgers, prices in tourist cities have surged. New York City has seen average hotel rates rise to $340 per night. Theme parks charge over $150 per day. And meals in popular destinations can easily cost more than in Paris or Tokyo. For travelers doing the math, the choice is easy: go elsewhere. 15. Loss of global trust. America's reputation in decline. Once viewed as a beacon of opportunity, the United States now faces a trust deficit. Surveys from travelers in 2025 show a major dip in perception of safety, friendliness, and cultural openness. From visa denials to racial profiling at airports, the American welcome mat is collecting dust. People don't just want attractions, they want respect. And increasingly, they're not finding it here. What we're witnessing isn't just a downturn. It's a transformation. The question isn't whether America can attract tourists again. The question is, will it choose to? Will policies change? Will barriers be lifted? Will respect be restored? Because the truth is, the world is watching. And it has options. Countries across Europe, Asia, South America, and beyond are rolling out red carpets while America builds higher walls. The U.S. tourism industry is at a crossroads, and so is the nation's soul. So, what happens next? That's up to all of us. If you care about global connection, cultural exchange, and a future where the world meets, not divides, share this story. Smash that like button. Subscribe to Continental Explorer.